Yo, welcome. Thank you guys so much for watching another video. Today's video is going to be August's 21st, 2024 trade recap. And yeah, let's get right into it. So, before I even go over the trade that I took today, I do want to go over what I did have in mind for today. So, we had a bearish candle closure here yesterday. So I was anticipating for prices to, retrace into this daily fair value gap and hopefully see some sort of reaction to it or retrade below it. But coming into this morning, actually, we did not actually retrace back into the previous day low, which was technically that daily fair value gap's high. So the trade that I took here was actually based off of how we reacted to this 15-minute fair value gap, because if we were to remain bullish, right, we were going to have to continue to respect this 15-minute fair value gap and 30-minute fair value gap. And notice how prices here, we are continuing to hold this 30-minute fair value gap. So that means we are still bullish. So prices never disrespected this 30-minute fair value gap here in the morning. Whenever I say disrespect, I mean prices never got a candle closure below the 30-minute fair value gap. We kept wicking it past it, but we never got a candle close below it. So to me gave me the idea that, okay, we're probably not bearish and we're going to leave previous day low intact and maybe continue to attack higher prices. So after I noted out how we continue to respect the 30-minute fair value gap and this 15-minute fair value gap, I based my trade here off of this power of 3. So I want you guys to take a look at how this 15-minute candle closes here, right? Based on this 15-minute candle, I can anticipate for prices to, open, create the low, and then take out that 15-minute candle's high. I wanted to see that at least happen, and I wanted to see us maybe attack this buy side level as well. So this buy side level was actually going to be my terminus, and basically I took my trade off of this reasoning here. So I based my trade off of this 15-minute power of 3, and not only am I taking this trade because of the 15-minute power of 3, but I also know the reason why we created this 15-minute power of 3. We were continuing to hold this 30-minute / 15-minute fair value gap. And one more confluence that I do have for this trade is take a look at how we reacted to the consequent encroachment of this 15-minute fair value gap. We actually trade right into it, and we respected the consequent encroachment, and we displaced higher. So this to me gave me the idea that we were probably going to continue higher, take out this 15-minute high, and take out this buy side level. So with that in mind, I'm going to go onto the lower time frames to find an entry pattern, right? So whenever I'm taking a 15-minute model, I always want to go to the very first time frame that I go after to find an entry is the 5-minute time frame. So on the 5-minute, we created this 5-minute fair value gap here. But the reason why I noted this 5-minute fair value gap as a 5-minute breakaway gap is because I don't actually want to see prices, if we're bullish, I don't want to see prices retrace all the way back down into this 5-minute fair value gap and then take out the 15-minute high. I wanted to see us treat this 5-minute fair value gap as a breakaway gap. So I wanted to see something like this happen. And the reason why I say this should be treated as a breakaway gap is because of how this candle closed. So based on this candle's closure right here, I was anticipating for us to treat this 5-minute fair value gap as a breakaway gap. Like I said, I wanted to see us take out this 5-minute candle's high first before retracing into it. So I had my stop loss. So I kind of orientated where I set my stop loss at that 5-minute candle's high, or that 5-minute fair value gap high, because I didn't want to see prices retrace back into it. So you're probably wondering, so what did you enter your trade off of? Well, on the 3-minute time frame, we have created this 3-minute fair value gap. So whenever prices retraces back inside this 3-minute fair value gap, I take my entry, and then here, I will show you guys a little bit clearer, but here's the 1-minute time frame. So I take my entry on the 3-minute fair value gap, right? And like I said, I'm treating this 5-minute fair value gap as a breakaway gap. So I have my stop loss set there, and my target is at 15-minute high in this buy side level, buy side liquidity here. And we opened up at 10:45. So let's mark out that 10:45 opening price. So there's a 10:45 opening price. So, and like I said, I'm trading this based off of the next 15-minute power of 3. So I'm buying below the 10:45 open. So we dip lower into the 3-minute fair value gap. And I want to see us take out that 15-minute candles high and take out the buy side level as well. And that's basically what I was anticipating for this next 15-minute candle. But what we did end up getting was a immediate stop out, and the markets reversed on us. Like I said, this is a model that I would have taken every single time. It's you know, it follows my trade plan. Like I said, I love it when I'm able to answer the question of why did we create that 15-minute power of 3. And we created this 15-minute power of 3 because we came into the consequent encroachment and the 15-minute fair value gap, and we displaced higher. And whenever I say displacement, that means basically that price leg up, we have fair value gaps within it, showing strength. So price is priced away from the 15-minute fair value gap, and we displaced higher from it. And like I said, I'm using, you know, the fair value gap theory. I'm using power of 3. I have a reason why we created that power of 3, and I'm buying below the 10:45 open, and I have a higher time frame objective. So all of those confluences there led me to take this trade, and it was live on stream. So if you guys want to actually watch the live recording, you guys can watch today's stream, or just recap today's stream, and you guys should be able to find it there. But yeah, let's just play devil's advocate, and the trade actually ended up being a winner, or I don't want to call it a winner, but the trade executed to how I would want it to execute. So let's just say we take out this 15-minute high, right? Once we take out this 15-minute high, even though my risk to reward is set here, I would have moved my stops to break even, but I wouldn't have taken any partials. My first partial here is when prices hits, my first partial is when prices hits this line right here, because that is actually where 1-to-1 risk to reward is. So prices takes out the 15-minute high, my stops is now at break even, and then I just let the trade run on its own. But we didn't actually have that, and we got stopped out. Some of the emotions that I was feeling in this trade, if I'm being completely honest, is that it was the first trade that I did take on stream for like this week actually. So I wanted to show you guys that, hey, you know, my personal, like, being truthful here, I wanted to show you guys that my model does play out, but it doesn't play out every single time. As traders, we're not guaranteed, and I want to get that straight to the point, is that we're not guaranteed any single model. And whenever I saw this, you know, this setup, in my mind, I'm already thinking, okay, I'm willing to risk this because it's literally based off, like, this is what my model is. Like, this is what I would want in any, you know, setup. So I decided to take risk. I took it on stream, and yeah, I could, you know, next time I do take a trade on stream, I'll be less, you know, anxious, less worried about the outcome. But I mean, yeah, that's just basically it. What I do have in mind for tomorrow's trading is, let's see here. So what do I have in mind for tomorrow's trading? I do want to see us, sorry Sorry about that. Let me just lower the font size here now. So what I do want to see for tomorrow is, based on this daily fair, sorry, I said daily fair value gap. Daily candle closure. I could anticipate for us to take out this daily high. However, if we look at here on the 1 hour time frame, we don't have much we don't have many displacement candles. We don't have any fair value gaps that supports the idea of us going higher. So I would have liked to just trade the intraday models, like just like today, where I'm trading the lower time frame models without really a higher time frame objective. But yeah, that's probably gonna be all for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, peace out.